Hello, my name is Pierce, and today we are talking about everyone's favorite organization, the Central Intelligence Agency, mostly known for its antics, including, but not limited to, feeding Hitler estrogen in the hopes he would become motherly and nicer, giving underprivileged neighborhoods crack to raise millions for national operations, and most recently, trying to assassinate Trump. But today we're talking about perhaps one of their scarier endeavors, Project MKUltra. First of all, if y'all don't think I'm qualified to talk about this, you're right. I'm a high schooler, but I did read all this, so you're welcome, Mr. Worsham. Project MK Ultra can be simply described as a secretive and highly controversial research program conducted by the Central Intelligence Agency during the Cold War, aimed at exploring mind control, behavior modification, and chemical interrogation techniques. Many historians regard it as the most notorious and covert program in U.S. history. The project began in the 1950s after growing concerns the CIA had after hearing rumors about the possibility of illegal trials on prisoners the Soviet Union, North Korea, and China were allegedly practicing. The rumors involved a sort of trance-like state or even full-blown mind control that was occurring among American prisoners of war. The primary goal of the CIA with the MKUltra program was to investigate whether it was possible to control a person's mind, break down their will, and extract information on or manipulate behavior using drugs, hypnosis, sensory deprivation, and other psychological methods. The project was part of a broader attempt to give America an advantage in psychological warfare. The most infamous aspect of MKUltra was its experimentation with LSD. Unfortunately, not the A$AP Rocky song, but instead the drug lysergic acid diethylamide. Researchers sought to test the drug's potential for mind control and its ability to make subjects more suggestible or susceptible to manipulation. The CIA administered LSD to unwitting individuals, including military personnel, prisoners, and even the general public, often without their knowledge or consent. MKUltra also explored the use of hypnosis to control behavior and induce altered states of consciousness. The program attempted to use hypnosis to create mind-controlled agents who could be directed to carry out tasks without their conscious awareness. The CIA experimented with electroshock therapy, sensory deprivation, and other forms of psychological stress to break down a person's mental resistance and test the limits of mind control. Techniques like keeping subjects in isolation for extended periods or exposing them to intense physical stress were employed to explore their effects on human behavior. In addition to LSD, other substances were tested, including barbiturates, amphetamines, methamphetamines, and other hallucinogens, as well as substances thought to be capable of causing amnesia or extreme disorientation. In some cases, the CIA even used biological agents such as bacteria and toxins in an attempt to alter human behavior or conduct covert operations. Sidney Gottlieb was a key figure in MKUltra. Gottlieb was a chemist who headed the CIA's Technical Services Division and oversaw many of the experiments involving drugs and biological agents. He is often seen as the mastermind behind the most unethical parts of the projects. Dr. Ewan Cameron, a psychiatrist from Canada who participated in MKUltra and ran experiments at the Allen Memorial Institute in Montreal, Canada. He used a variety of extreme techniques including psychosurgery and high-dose electroshock therapy in his attempts to, quote-unquote, reprogram patients. Thankfully, Project MKUltra was officially halted in the mid-1970s after the program came under public scrutiny. The existence of the project was first publicly revealed during the Church Committee hearings in 1975, which investigated U.S. intelligence activities. Further exposure came in 1977 when a cache full of MKUltra related documents was declassified by the U.S. government, revealing the full extent of the program. There are two truths in this world. The internet doesn't lie, and the government never has and never will do anything bad. So how could the CIA screw up big time? Well, here are the facts, and you can decide for yourself. MKUltra is notorious mostly for its violations of human rights. Many of the experiments were conducted without informed consent, and subjects were often unaware they were being tested or manipulated. These no bueno practices included administrating drugs without consent, especially LSD, often in large doses, involuntary participation of both military personnel and civilians, including prisoners, mental health patients, and others, and also psychological and physical harm to subjects, including severe long-term consequences for some of the individuals involved. Yep, definitely no bueno. In the 1970s, lawsuits were filed by some of the surviving victims of MKUltra. One of the most notable cases was John Marks versus the CIA, which led to a public acknowledgement of the program's existence. However, many of the documents related to MKUltra were destroyed in 1973 by the then CIA director Richard Helms, and much of the program remained shrouded in secrecy. In 1979, some of the surviving documents were declassified, providing further insights into the extent and methods of MKUltra, though much remains classified to this day. The project's had a lasting impact on discussions of ethics and government-sponsored research, particularly in areas of psychological manipulation and experimentation. It definitely sounds like some twisted horror action movie. And apparently other people think that too, because the hit TV show Stranger Things, the plot to the last two Black Ops games, and the action movie trilogy Bourne are loosely based on the history surrounding Project MKUltra. Although the concept and practice are some of the darker and scarier things in US history, it did open up research and the American healthcare system to important things, such as the long-term effects of PTSD, the negatives of LSD, and actually started research about anxiety. I most definitely think that this was not the way to do it, and everyone involved in the deceitful nature of the project should be punished. It shouldn't go without notice that the current state of war and the looming shadow of death known as nuclear warheads, that maybe understanding psychology and its effects on the soldier should be researched more, but definitely no mind control. I think everyone agrees on that. It is also important to note that we would not be where we are today without understanding the effects of the brain without Project MKUltra. Even though none of y'all probably care about this, here are my citations. So once again, you're welcome, Mr. Worsham. Thanks for listening, and make sure to join us next time on WTHDT CIA DTT. I'm your host, Pierce, and goodbye.